You're gonna need your sage. You're gonna need your Palo Santo. You're gonna need your sea salt baths. You're gonna need your Florida water. You're gonna need your incense. You're gonna need your smudge spray. You're gonna need whatever you know. You know what I mean? You're gonna need whatever you know, as well as knowing how to apply it in this time, especially this month, this Halloween month. And for those of y'all that's familiar with the term, the veil is thin, the veil is thin. The spirit's coming through, you hear me? I had something knock something off my table. I'm in there watching TV last night. I had something knock something off my table, you know? Yeah. So we're gonna have to be on point. We're gonna have to be in the proper mind state. You know, right or wrong, depending on you. Ain't no right or wrong. It just depends on you. I just come on here and express how I see things. But we're gonna have to be in the proper mind state. Be super attentive of our thoughts. You know, I'm saying these things because energetically, I hear y'all way more than y'all know. I hear y'all way more than y'all realize. Energetically, I feel y'all way more than some of y'all may realize. It's a few of y'all that know, that get it, and understand and resonate with exactly what I'm saying. This is what seers do. Regardless of how people feel about us, this is what seers do. We read. And salute to y'all who realize that. Y'all probably the ones that identify with something in me that's consistent with something in yourself. Because I got a lot of y'all in me, you know. Even though I'm me, I got a lot of y'all in me. And you are you. I got a lot of y'all in me. Those who get it, gonna get it. And we all here. Now, what I just said was so deep and so simplistic. It increased the chances of going over people's head. And I ain't here to go over nobody's head. I ain't here to talk all super scientific like the various others be doing, you know. I'm not here. Those of us who here for the right reasons or the correct purpose, we're not here to make nobody feel smaller than us. We're not here to belittle nobody. We're not here to bash nobody, you know. Regardless of where we at on our journey, we recognize that those higher than us and those coming after us gotta experience the same things that we ourselves are experiencing. That don't mean we're gonna be perfect. And that don't mean we're not gonna be authoritative or being mindful in the words that I use, because words are spells. And we all been casted under spells. So a lot of times when you're trying to undo the spells after recognizing the spells that we've been casted under, it's hard to get across to those who deeper programmed in the spell than you were. But you can't give up on them. You can't lose compassion for them. You still gotta find a way, if possible, to be a bridge so they can get to the place that you now in as you pursue to get further and more advanced in your journey. That's the beauty. It's okay to be going through something. It's okay to be going through things. It's okay to feel lost. It's okay to be confused. Those are all things that we go through as human beings. What's not okay is to stay there. What's not okay is when we forget that we don't have to stay there. So in saying that, whoever that this is speaking to, I'm telling you, regardless of what, just keep moving. Just keep moving. You know, just keep healing. Just keep growing. Just keep maturing. And just keep knowing that angry people been hurt. And hurting people are in pain. Ain't no telling who gonna come across this message that may be in pain or dealing with somebody in pain, who may be angry or dealing with angry folks. But I want to remind us that angry people are hurting, and hurting people are in pain. If you spiritually advance, or if you are spiritually advancing, allow that seed to sink deep in the soil of your soul. Angry people are hurting. They've been hurt. And hurt people in pain. If you've been there, you know what I'm talking about. How many people have been sent to you to lead them to the light? How many people been sent to you? If you spiritually advance, you can answer this. How many people been sent to you so you can lead them to the light? How many of them same people spiritually attacked you? Did you subject yourself to it? Or did you use what you know to apply what you know to overstand it? In other words, did it work? Did it work to you or did it work for you? Because I'm speaking to some spellcasters right now. You hear me? You know, over here for the wrong reason. Conscious and unconscious. The ground is always under our feet as long as we here. So, regardless of what we are feeling, there's always the opportunity to move beyond the experience that we're having. A lot of times, it's going to depend on the influences that's been made upon us and the impacts that been made upon us and how they have affected us. But what type of impact have you made upon those closest to you according to how you have been affected? And to answer that, we got to have some type of awareness of what really matters to us. As well as some other things like when it comes to being good or evil, which one are you? And with that in mind, what will you do when it's us versus us? The righteous versus the evil. Because whether we know it or not, we are already in that place. The war has been begun. And we're just in the age of information that enough of us is actually able to see what is actually taking place. And then even in that, some don't know what they're seeing. And that's okay. But how many of y'all know what I'm speaking to? Because those that do have a responsibility just by knowing. Those that do have an accountability just by knowing. So welcome to the shift. And as you can see, through your experiences, through your growth, through your maturity, through your putting toxic and childish things away, you're able to see a lot of people didn't make it. A lot of people we've had to leave behind, so other people can come aboard, so new experiences can take place. It's hard, or we make it hard to be the elevated person, still trying to juggle with descended things. Or it's hard to try to be the high vibrational person when you're still trying to juggle with lower vibratory things. So in this thing that we call ascension, something has to go in order for something to come in. So we're gonna have to leave some people behind. We're gonna have to leave some bad habits behind. We're gonna have to leave addictions behind. We're gonna have to leave some attitudes behind, you know. All that toxic, childish shit, we're gonna have to leave it behind. If you feel like you're still going through challenges that you shouldn't be going through, just keep moving through them. Let me just be a reminder that it's just residue. It's old energy that's still dissipating. Just keep moving through it. And remember, even though it's a simulation, and some may think it's a video game, it's not. It's not a video game. It's life and it's death to live. And it's power in the tongue. Your light gonna show you who demons you irritate, as well as light has been shined upon you to irritate your demons. If you know how to pay attention, you won't get caught up in the reaction, and you won't get caught up in the reaction of trying to respond. And the more we take time to process what's occurring as it's processing, we'll be able to choose how we respond and or react, or whether or not we do nothing at all. Why do I say this? Because everyone on a spiritual journey, and life is a spiritual journey, whether you acknowledge it as such or not. Everyone on this spiritual journey, you're gonna have to know some things to answer some of the questions that I pose. So I thought I'd just be the one to strike a match and provoke some thought. Stillness and abundance, love and light, health and wholeness. Stillness and abundance, love and light, health and wholeness. Stillness and abundance, love and light, health and wholeness. Thanks for the likes, unlikes, subscribes, unsubscribes, donations, cash out, purchases, comments, so forth and so on. I love y'all. Salud to God.